this window here has had its tint ripped off. Well, ripped off by me because it was ripped. We're going to board these windows off so you're not going to see out of them again. But from the outside, you'll be able to see the damaged window tint. And to fix that window tint after I've boarded it would be an absolute nightmare. So the windows need tinting before I board it, but I can't really do much else on the van today as far as cladding goes without doing this boarding this window off, because I need to put the cladding in as it should be. Anyway, it's just a faff. So I've been trying to figure it out. I tried to get a window tint to come over, but couldn't come over at short notice. So it's been... I just have to crack on with something else today, and I don't really want to. I want to continue the cladding and get that done. But weirdly, I managed to. Well, I was given this roll of window tint from the cat van job. I've not tinted windows in a long time, but I reckon I could do it. So what I'm going to do right now is hopefully clean the old grime off the windows with this, because this is all I have. And now I'm going to tint the windows. They're quite flat windows, so they can't be that hard, to be fair. Anyway, once I've tinted these windows, I can then box these windows out, and then we can crack on with the cladding and get quite a lot done today. It seriously took me about 40 minutes just to get the glue off this window. I've still got to do that one, and then potentially I might have to do all the others, which I won't be right happy about doing, but needs must. But that's ready to have tint put on it now. There's a few blemishes that I can't get rid of. I can't do my best in the time frame that we've got. Could do with getting rid of these electric boxes and all that shit as well. Yee, bye gum. Right, still got a lot to do. Let's get these tints on. Right, so the way this works is, this is the window tint film. You've got to get the window proper wet. There's probably some jokes that you could have there with that. You've got to get as wet as you can before you do the job. And this film is, it's got a backing on it, clear backing, and then there's the tint film. So you've got to peel it off without getting any bits stuck to it. And then you've got to squeegee it without getting any bits behind it, and then it's got to look good. You've got to trim the edges. It ain't that easy. You should leave it to a professional, but right now this is what we've got to work with. So please enjoy the following of me trying to make this work. So what I'm doing right now is working my way roughly from the middle, pushing all the air bubbles outwards. I've got my bank card wrapped in a cloth, made sure that it's very well lubricated on the outside of this film, and I'm just pushing air bubbles outwards. You just got to be patient with it, and it will take some time to dry. The moisture in between these two layers will take some time, so tomorrow it should look a lot better than it will when I've finished today. But yeah, just keep pushing the water out, pushing the air bubbles out, slowly but surely. Again, patience is key. I am patient sometimes. Just keep pushing to the edge. When you get to bits like this, it's fine. You just wait for it to dry. And you can push the air bubbles out and push that up there. Again, it is a stressful, time-consuming job. And sometimes it is worth just paying somebody to do it. Who is a professional. Most of the water is now out of there. Yeah. It's kind of therapeutic in a way. When I say therapeutic, while it's going well, it's quite therapeutic. The moment this rips, right as I get to the end, I'll be screaming. But for the time being, it's therapeutic. So that is the main part done. The main tint is on, and actually it looks better than expected. So now I just want to go around the edges and trim this, and then I can squeegee out around the corners. So I just gave it a rough trim on this edge just to show you, and then all I'm doing is again pushing the moisture out as much as I can, and then I can trim off this excess again later. But as long as you take your time with it, you give yourself a better chance. I might need to go over it again and squeeze. You can kind of see bumps in it, but these bumps are, will disappear once it dries out. They will disappear. Trust me on that. Anyway, the owners of this van have just been back, and they've just brought a fresh delivery of timber and some battens that I need, and a bit of polystyrene to insulate this window. So hopefully, at least this afternoon, I can make some good progress. Hopefully get some sort of bed frame in as well, which would make a big difference. Yeah, that. There's a handy fire extinguisher mount there that the camera tripod just sits in fine, which is helping me a lot right now. Anyway, so as you may have noticed, I am not an expert at window tinting, so this is a complete novice DIY guide to tinting windows. And what I will tell you is, these flat windows are damn sight easier than curved windows. So if I went to tint the windows on my van, the front windows, it's a different ball game. Probably the same principles, but a bloody nightmare. Right, so I'm just going to trim some of this out. The difficulty is this carpet. Well, one of the difficulties, there's many difficulties. One of the difficulties is that it's surrounded by carpet, so the tint has adhesive on it. So it can't help but pick up fibres off the carpet trim, which is not something I need right now. And what you get on windows is, and especially curved windows, is these little bits here. I don't know if you can see that, but watch this. Squeeze it down, disappears, let go, pops back up. Squeeze it down, disappears, pops back up. You get that a lot, a hell of a lot. And that is a frustrating thing, but all you got to do is leave that as much as possible to dry, for the moisture to disappear out of it, and then it's more likely that the adhesive will stick, and then you can whoop, and then you can push it back down again, and push it back down again, and it'll stick better. Again, this is just a time-consuming job, but if you give yourself a lot of time and give yourself some patience, I've done 3 sides now, so I've just got the top to do, which shouldn't take me too much longer. So I'm going to show you the window from the outside shortly. I'm just going to leave it to dry a little bit today, and then I can board that out. But for a DIY job, it's all right. It didn't need to be the neatest because it's not going to be seen. It just needs to look good from the outside. That's the main point. But I want to show you some things that I've used on this job. So I used the sponge to get the old tint off. I used some washing up liquid. I also used these wipes, which have got some sort of alcohol in them, which softened up the adhesive. Then where's my squirt? This one. So I used a squirty bottle. It's not got star drops in it. It's just got washing up liquid and water. I use that for applying the tint. It just adds a bit of lubricant to the window tint. So that's what I've used. Obviously I use my bank card as well to as a squeegee, as a scraper, to scrape the air bubbles out. Oh dear, oh dear. So that is what I've used on this job. Very basic stuff that everybody's got in their pockets or in their kitchen cupboard. So we'll go have a look from the outside. Right, from the outside, you can see the window here is done. Apart from these edges, which is what I showed you on the inside. That's just because there's still some moisture trapped behind them. Give it a few hours and let them dry out a little bit, and they'll disappear. But for the most part, it's looking good from the outside. So I can start to think about my next step in building this van. And that is the basics of how to tint a window. It's a job that, it is a DIY job, and you could do it yourself, because that's what DIY stands for, believe it or not. Oh, it's going well. It's what DIY stands for, do it yourself. There's some information for you. I should have made a YouTube video all about what DIY stands for. You can do it yourself, you just got to have the confidence and the patience to do it, and the right stuff. But again, the right stuff is, I've used a squeegee bottle, a squirty bottle of washing up liquid and water, and a bank card. So usually the kits come with a little squeegee and all that. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short. Thanks for watching. If you need any more tips on how to tint windows, or you have any tips, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you all soon on the next video. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Bye, Felicia.